Hi there and welcome to another Mech Arena video. I'm IceMan and yeah, let's get into it. So this is going to be my second Mech Arena video. Came out with a video last week. Please check that out in the description above. I'll put a link there. Good video for beginners. Should be for a beginner's guide, you know, but that's the way it works. Anyway, if you do like my content, if you watch my previous videos, please hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for more content. Really appreciate it. It really helps boost the channel and it really helps us get known. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So what's today's video? Today's video is a rundown of my favorite mechs. I am not talking best mechs in the game by any stretch of the imagination. I think that best mechs is a very subjective and personal thing. Many people in these games, I've watched a lot of videos in the past on this stuff, and many people would say mechs like Guardian or Panther here are considered meta best mechs. However, yes, I am using Panther, as you can see, and I do have Guardian, and I was using him a fair bit up until more recently. But they're not my favourite mechs, and that's what I want to discuss. It's like, let's face it, at the end of the day, yes, you want to do well, but you are going to do better with a mech you enjoy using and you really get comfortable with the skills and whatnot, more than what an arbitrary video says is a meta mech. So today's rundown is my favourite mechs, and let's start up with one that I've more recently gotten. I'll be honest, I've got 2 accounts now that I'm running and playing concurrently. It's a hell of a lot of work sometimes, I will say, and I tend to prioritize my main over the other one if I'm struggling to get stuff done, find the time of the day to play, etc. But I am enjoying playing 2 different accounts. I have many of the same mechs on both accounts now, but that's the way it works. Obviously there are slightly 2 different states. I actually have some better weapons on my alternate account due to some early great deals. I also have some mechs on there that I will show later that I enjoy playing. Now I will start off saying I think this is Mech Redeemer, I think it is. I don't have him on this account, so I can't show you, but I will when we jump over to the other account. He's not one of my favourite mechs, that's not where we're at, but it's like I've seen people using him and using him really well, and he is a good counter for mechs like Surge and Zephyr here, but I can't say I've quite gotten to grips with him. I think part of the problem is I need to maybe get him ranked up a bit, get him to the point where he's got slightly higher energy weapons, and then give him a bit more of a play before I realise whether or not I really enjoy him. But let's start out with one of my top favourites. He is not my top favourite. I would actually say my current top favourite mech I don't even have on this account. He's on my alternate account. I will showcase him in a bit. He's actually Scorpius. Absolutely loving that mech. I just think he's brilliant in open air combat places where you can just bung a couple of these things on him. Your old Helix racks, they work brilliantly on him, and then he's obviously got his own built-in javelin thing. Absolutely amazing, really love that. But anyway, so at the moment we're on this account, we're going to talk about my favourite mechs on this account, and the first one here is one I've got on both accounts. He's new on this account, or fairly new, as you can see. He's only ranked, he came as 4-star I believe, so that's what I've got him as. Yes, I could get Scorpius if I had the money, but I don't, and I really do want to get him on this account actually, because I really do love him. I'm really enjoying him. He's got fairly decent movement speed. I love that ability of his. It's really fun, and that's the thing that makes these mechs for me a lot of the time, is the abilities. So Gatecrasher here, what's so great about him? Well, let's take a look at him. The main thing for him is his ability here, Ion Pod, and it's this really cool ability. If you don't have him, if you've not watched a video on him, I'll try and showcase each of them in a little video, in a clip at the end, and you'll see what the different abilities and stuff do from all of them. But what I'll do is I'll do a combined gameplay video at the end of this video, just to showcase what each mech does, where they're good, what their special abilities are, rather than show you each mech in a battle and it would just drag this video out too long. So what does he have? He has this Ion Pod, which is brilliant. He shoots his beam out of his chest. If it hits another mech or it hits a wall, it changes how it affects. So if it hits a wall or a barrier, it will then go through that with a beam that is X amount long, coming out the other side that will damage mechs on the other side, which is really handy. People hiding behind something, shoot at that wall, they're going to take some damage. It's not a lot of damage, obviously you can increase that with upgrades and stuff, and obviously as his level gets more upgraded and his rank gets upgraded, it will also do more damage. But it's really cool for that. The other thing that's really great about him is if you hit a enemy mech directly, even an ally mech, it will do this sort of explosion of damage coming out from said mech, which is great. If you manage to hit a mech in the middle who's fairly low on health, surrounded by a bunch of other mechs low on health, you can literally take out 2-3 mechs in one go with that. It's really fun to watch, and it really is just clutch. So he's definitely one that I like having the cooldown on, get it going off more often. At the moment, I've currently got him equipped, I believe, with boost damage one. I've only recently done this, but yeah, I'm sorely tempted to actually change that out for a duration one, because but I'll try it once I get this pilot who's also new for me a bit more ranked up, and get the abilities ranked up a bit, and see if I prefer getting it off quicker versus doing more damage with it. But yeah, it's a really fun ability, and he's such a versatile mech. On my alternate account, I actually run him quite often with the minigun, and he is good fun with that. As you can see here, I'm running him with the javelins, the helix rack, and he is brilliant with that as well. Good fun. Obviously, you can be hitting people even when they're on cooldown and stuff. That's where he's really good with the minigun, because obviously the minigun, if you get frozen or you need to reload, it takes forever to reload, especially since I don't have a whole bunch of reload timers ranked up for any of my accounts for this weapon. Actually, on this account, I do actually have a pilot with some implants for it, but I don't actually have, annoyingly, the minigun on this account. So whereas the reverse is true on my alternate account, I have the minigun, but I don't have any implants for it because it's a fairly new account. It's only been running for 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer than that now, but I think 3 or 4 weeks, let's say. And he's already moved up into the ranking divisions and stuff, which is great. Can be a bit troublesome, obviously, because the hanger is mainly bought as opposed to earned, so the mechs and stuff and the weapons that I've got on any of them aren't as high ranked up and stuff, so it can be a bit of a pain sometimes, but still really enjoying it, really good fun. So yeah, that's the first one, really good mech there. Next up, it's probably my top mech. It's a difficult one. He's one I'm Gatecrasher is one I'm really enjoying, same with Scorpius, but this is probably my favourite mech on both accounts. Surge, absolutely brilliant mech. For anybody that has him, they know what I'm talking about. He has this absolutely amazing ability called Storm Dash. He'll shoot forwards. You'll see in the video later, when he gets to the end of that dash, puts out an EMP blast. That seems a bit buggy lately, I've noticed. You used to be able to sort of hide just behind walls, hit the wall, and the blast would go out in a radius without you having to put yourself in harm's way. These days I've noticed some bugs with it where I'm actually getting frozen when I hit people, and I shouldn't be. And we're not talking I'm going up against a Zephyr who's managed to freeze me at the same time. It just randomly seems to freeze me sometimes. It could be I'm getting hit by that stasis vault thing, rocket launcher from somebody else or something, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like it's happening when I use my ability, and so I'm getting affected by it sometimes. It's a bit random. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you noticed this? Am I totally wrong? What am I missing here? I'd really appreciate that feedback. That'd be great. But anyway, he is absolutely brilliant. Clutch. What sort of weapons do people run on him? Well, I tend to run, as you saw there, we'll go back and take a look, the Arc Torrent 6 and the Arc Torrent 12 I currently have on him. I really want to get these ranked up even more. I think they're brilliant with him, especially in 2v2. You zoom in there, you get in behind people, stun them out, get behind them. Even people with shields, you know, it's like, unless they've got one of the shields goes round, you get so many people running the Ares and stuff, and you stun them, get behind them, no shield, blat away in the back. They're taking more damage. It's great. Obviously, you do lose some of the stun time in the movement time, but it's well worth it, I find. You just have to be careful that if their HP is a bit higher, you're going to move away, try and get away before they come at you again. If you can't kill them, if you can kill them, great, fine. but he's a good hit and run character, and he can do a lot of damage, and he is by far my top mech on this account and has been for a very long time. And he's also one of my top mechs on my other account. Again, absolutely brilliant mech. I cannot fault getting him as soon as you possibly can. I wouldn't necessarily say spend the most money on him. I did on this account. I bought him when he was like first out, or not first out, but not far off it, and it cost a fortune. These days, when it's not on sale, you can pick him up for 40 quid, which is still a bit on the pricey side. Recently, I've actually seen him on sale for £25 in the UK a couple of times. On my alternate account, I picked him up for a song. I think it was something like either £5 thereabouts, hence why I got him. It was like new account, they were throwing some great deals at me. I was like, you know, I wasn't planning on spending on that account, but in the end with some really great deals, so I had to snap up some of those deals. That's definitely one I would not question anybody for snapping up personally. He's good fun mech, really good at zipping in there. So the arc torrents are great on him. Also, I see a lot of people running the disc launchers on him. Obviously, as any of the faster nimble mechs, these scout mechs, he's also quite good with helix racks, javelin racks, things like that. You can sort of zip around the map, getting into good locations, taking people out from a distance. I personally, because of his stun ability, I really like to use him to get in close, use those arc torrents and do that. But again, like I say, disc launchers work great on him, javelin racks work great on him. I mean, if you get him high enough, even a couple of miniguns might work interestingly on him. Although the problem with miniguns is you have to sort of stand there and there's a lot of wind up time. You want something that hits fast, hits but hard, he can move out of the way, and that's not really the minigun. So I probably wouldn't advise that. Snipers, again, you could use him for that and then just use his ability to keep him alive, get him into good positions. It's certainly not the worst idea, but it's not optimal. But again, use them how you want to use them. That's what I'm saying is, you know, there's not necessarily any top mechs. It's how you use them, how you get comfortable with them. Are you good with the abilities they have? Next up, we have Zephyr here. I quite like Zephyr. He's not one of my top mechs, I would say. He's more of an honourable mention. Similar to Surge, and hence why I thought we'd come to him next. Recently had an event on to use him, so that's why he's currently in my hangar. You'll find that he has an EMP ability as well on a radius. He's quite good. Again, the arc torrents go very well with him, 6s, 10s. Obviously this 10 will probably, once I get my Surge ranked up and get a bit more energy on him, at 10 I'll actually move over to Surge, to be fair, because he is more one of my top mechs, and if I can increase the power on Surge I will do. Good fun mech, little bit on the squishy side. His EMP doesn't seem to last very long, so I'd actually say duration, if you can get it up there, is actually a good one to put on him and keep it on. But yeah, good fun mech, a good honourable mention. Obviously he can help you sort of freeze people, do some damage, try and get away. He's not as good as Surge for it, because he doesn't have that dash ability and that speed to get away as easily. That's where I'm at with that now. Many people wonder why I will put Redox here in this category for one of my top mechs, but on my account he is. Primarily for me, he's always a sniper mech. You could use other stuff on him. Disc launchers would work quite well on him, I think. Any number of weapons probably will, but he's very, very slow. It's frustrating as hell, but that's why I like him for a sniper. For a sniper, you tend to be sat around fairly static a lot of the time, just picking a line, sitting there, picking out targets and sniping them. And for this, he's absolutely brilliant. If we click on the mech, you have a look at him, you can actually see his special ability is Caustic Blast. And what this does is an AoE freeze and damage over, not freeze, but slow and damage over time. And it's absolutely brilliant. I've killed so many mechs with this ability. People come up on you, especially in 2v2, and they're thinking, yeah, he's got a sniper, he can only get off these shots, I'm up close, he's not going to be able to do anything, I'm behind a pillar, and I'll sit there run around the pillar with him until I can just keep getting the blast off, and it doesn't bother me. And the handy thing about that is the blast slows as well as damages, so you can also slow, pop out, get a shot off, and then they're probably dead. and if not, you know, you can really use that ability to help you get away, to help you keep clear, to slow people down when you need to, or just to finish them off when you need it, especially if they're getting in close. It's brilliant. I really love it. He's good honorable mention again. So at this stage, I'm going to we're nearly done. I don't want to drag this video out too long, so what we are going to do is jump over to my other account and I'll talk about Scorpius. He's another one of my top mechs that I already mentioned, obviously. Panther, he is a good mech, don't get me wrong. I do think he's a decent mech. I'm not a big fan of his shield. It's not one of my top ones. It comes in handy, but it's not the best, so he's not in my list. So at the moment for this account, these three are my top mechs. I will actually quickly grab some. Guardian, I think, actually is definitely up there as a contender with his system crash ability. We can actually quickly show you that one. Why not? Mechs that I own. Yep, Guardian. Right, so system crash. What does this do? Basically, it disables weapons and puts abilities on cooldown, so that anybody coming at you can't really do anything. It does have its drawbacks, especially these days. You've got to be careful. It's a great ability. It can shut people down, give you a chance to get a shot off, help your team do damage on a mech, or save teammates from taking damage in a clutch moment. It doesn't last too long. Obviously, you can increase that again with the right implants, but the problem we've got at the moment is a lot of people are going around, or certainly bots are going around, running ember guns. Something like that has a really short cooldown on it, so you hit them with the ability and it seems to recycle very quickly and they'll be back firing at you, so you've got to be careful. If you come across one of them, it's going to help you, but not for very long, not as long as it used to, and not as well as it used to. He is a great mech, don't get me wrong, he's definitely up there. I'm tempted to almost take, I think he's on par energy capacity wise with Panther at the moment, maybe even a bit higher, so I'm actually tempted to take Panther out, put this guy back in. He is a very good mech, I will say that. Anyway, right, we're going to jump over to my other account, back in a second. Obviously for you it'll be less. Right, so here we are, we're back on my alternate account, and as you can see, like I said, I've got Gatecrasher. He's currently not set up the way I would normally use him for a recent tournament that I was doing, where there was the aerial play was really good, so he was kind of my backup use for that. But basically, like I say, a lot of the same mechs. As you can see, Guardian, Zephyr currently in the lineup, Scorpius. On this account I don't actually have Redox. I don't know if he's one I'll go out of my way to get, unless I see like a really good deal for him or something. He is good, don't get me wrong, really good, really do enjoy him, but there's so many mechs and whatnot for you to choose from and play with different ones that it is not really necessary for me to have the same ones on both accounts entirely. The exception to that rule is probably these three mechs right here, which I would actually say are kind of my top three favourites at the moment, as we discussed already. So we're here to have a quick look at Scorpius. Scorpius, as you can see, looks an awful lot like Arachnos, moves very similarly, not quite slow, thank God. A little bit faster, I believe. What's his speed? 21 kilometers an hour. If we go take a look at Arachnos, he's only 14 kilometers an hour, so yeah, quite a difference there, and that's basically the thing. But he's a good mech, high HP, which is really handy, helps keep him alive. Yeah, he's got this inbuilt javelin on him. Rather than javelin rack, it's javelin array. Absolutely brilliant. Put a quick cooldown timer on this. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it comes in clutch, especially if, like myself, you are running him with, not what they show, but helix racks and javelins. Once I get his rank up a little bit higher, I'll swap this out for another helix rack probably, so that I've got two of the same types and I'm not having to mix and match. Nothing wrong with mixing and matching always, but obviously you've only got so many implants to put in and boost weapons, so when I can, I tend to prefer keeping the same. That way you're getting the bonus on both weapons rather than only one or whatever, or I haven't used as many spots. But as you can see, it's like this guy, he's got rockets coming out of himself, he's got rockets on each arm. He's an absolute beast for this thing, and really good fun. Anyway, that's it for the favourite mechs. We're going to go into some gameplay. I may talk a bit here and there about what each of them's doing and stuff, and yeah, that'll be the next bit, and that'll be the end of the video. So here we are, we've got a good match to show off Scorpius here. Nice open map, good sight lines. Not my favourite.
We have taken the lead.
I'll let those guys do that. Let's see if anybody's peeking this way. Damn it, I messed that up. Run, 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 run. I'll be in trouble otherwise. I'm going to be in trouble. And there you go. Got to be very tactical with this mech, with this load up. Shit, I'm in trouble here. You can tell that's a bot. A player would have never let me get away with that.
Killing spree. Well done. Humiliation. Well done. Smooth operator. Well done.
As you can see, if you can keep him alive, if you can be careful about your positioning and watch where he's going, absolutely brilliant, especially with a loadout like this.
Rampage. Well done. Ninja master. Well done. Godlike. You have 2 minutes. Well done. Humiliation. Well done.
This is a great map for Scorpius. We'll probably take a clip out of this match at least. Look at that, they just can't survive the fire rate if they're out in the open.
Humiliation. Fire. Noob identified. Humiliation.
As you can see, sneak attacks like this are absolutely brilliant. It's very hard to fight against.
Well done. Three, 2, 1, go. Get out of my way. First blood. Well done. Humiliation. Well done.
Well, that just goes to show it was somebody else doing it with the redox, but same deal.
Killing spree. Well done. Smack
So you can
down.
see where the ability can be really useful. Bye bye.
Dominating. Well done. Noob identified. Incoming fire. Incoming fire. Killing spree.
And this is how you can use his ability to help keep do some damage from a distance, keep mechs off you, try and keep the balance in your favour. So anyway, that's the gameplay of each of the mechs I've mentioned. Quick showdown, quick showcase of what each of them does and how they do it and why I think they're so good. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, again, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe. It really means a lot to me. It really helps the channel out. And if you've watched right to the end of this video, again, I really appreciate it. Thank you for hanging around. Let me know in the comments, what are your favourite mechs? Why are they your favourite mechs? Obviously, I don't have all the mechs. Hence why I wasn't going to talk about mechs that I could watch videos on and stuff like that I think are good, but I've not tried personally. I'm not in the content creator program. I don't have access to test servers or any of that stuff. So the mechs I've got are the mechs I can use, and it's as simple as that. And this is the rundown of what I feel are my favourites. Thanks again, guys. Bye.